Clifton, Raheem Bradley from out of Chicago. You're looking at the Underground Railroad television show. We come on every Saturday night at 10:30 p.m. Central Time in Chicago on CAN Television Comcast. But, you might not want to hear all that because you know what? We're going to talk about the news. That's why you're in here. You want to hear about the current news and what is going on with the news. And you know what? It's like crazy. But I got my main man here, Brother David Kaas from out of California.
California.
Huh?
How are you, sir?
Yeah, all right. How you doing, my brother?
Excellent.
Okay. But let me say a quick hello to the people in the United States and Asia and Africa and Europe and the UK and Asia. And we can't forget Alaska and Iowa.
Okay. And Iowa.
Okay. So what you're gonna hear is you're gonna hear a perspective of the news from people that are in America. One is in California, one is in Chicago, Illinois. And with no further ado, I'm gonna have this brother introduce himself, Brother David Kaas, who has a magnificent YouTube website, and you can reach him on Facebook. Okay, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, you can reach him. Okay, and who knows, he might come on your show.
I'm a busy man nowadays. I'm a busy man.
So introduce yourself, brother.
Thank you. My name is David Kaas, and I'm right now I'm out in Venice Beach, California, and I'm from the cornfields of Iowa. And I ran for president this last time, even though the Dominion machine has decided that Joe Biden got the election. But I'm going to be running again this next 2024. Mm-hmm. And I'm running on the open ticket provided by nationofchange.org, and my party is known as God's Party. So thank you, sir.
All right, my man. And he has a YouTube website. Where's your YouTube website? So we know you got millions of people following you on YouTube and Facebook, but you can afford a little more. It'll be all right for some more people to come, right?
Sure. Just go to youtube.com/C as in Charlie /David L. Kaas and transmit, and you go right to my page, and you can look at my videos. I've got campaign videos on there along with my new cure for cancer videos about the new molecular cells.
Yeah, but okay, that's on his page. Let me tell y'all something. That's on his page. I don't have I want to make this a disclaimer. I don't have any cure for cancer. I'm not a doctor. But you know what? Each person run their own YouTube website the way they want to run.
Well, you know, Clifton, I heard tonight that the report is we've been in a recession for 60 days, 2 months. And
is that all?
8% inflation they're reporting. Well, it's probably been about 4 months, and it's probably worse inflation than just 8%. But those are a couple of facts that Tucker Carlson just shared with me tonight.
But you know, go ahead, David.
You've seen those water containers? They're about this size, and they have a straw inside, and there's like a little unit on the end of the straw. And the advertisement on TV is you can just fill that container up with water from the stream or wherever, dirty water, screw that lid on, and you can drink right out of that straw and drink any water. It cleans it out. Now, those are great inventions, and somebody's making some money selling them, but our government needs to buy those products and ship them down to Florida, South Carolina, any place that gets flooded out where they don't have water available for the people, You can kill yourself drinking that sewer water or that sludge water because that's all the water you got. For days, you're going to die. So this would be a great idea. And I think that's really something we should get to our representatives in our Congress or our Senate or whoever. I don't think Sleepy Joe's gonna gonna clue into this right away. It might take him a year. Think about it.
Sleepy Joe. You know what? I gotta ask some people because there are people that are looking at this. They're Republicans, they're Democrats, and they're Independents. Sleepy Joe. Why do you call him Sleepy Joe? You know what? I got to comment. Why do you call him Sleepy Joe? I'm going to say something.
It's just a name that they've hung on him. You can call him Grumpy. You can call him Grumpy Joe or Joe the Thief, or you call him any kind of thing you want. But I just call him Sleepy Joe.
You know what? Something that I, I know everybody's listening. You get the opportunity to hear two different perspectives. But
he's 82.
But you know what I say about Joe Biden? Everybody gets on him because they say he's too old. He shouldn't be the president of the United States. He forgets. But you know what? Keep on living. Keep on living. You know what? Because you know what? I hate to go to Bible and say once a man, once a man, twice a baby. So all you people on Fox Television that's laughing about Joe Biden slipping down on Air Force One, laughing at him, saying that he forgets. Damn it, I forget too. So keep on living. Keep on living. That's all I'm going to tell people. But see, I can say that. See, David ain't got no gray, but I can say that. I got all the gray in the world.
I used to have gray. I used to be gray. Hey, how much is gasoline in Chicago?
The gasoline in Chicago, first of all, I don't buy no premium gas. I can't afford to buy no premium gas anyway. It's $4.50, but I got it made. I live on almost the border of Indiana. So I go to Indiana, and the gas is something like about $4.10. Yeah. Well, what's going on in California with the gas, man?
$6.50 for unleaded, $7.10, $7.20 for premium. And there's a lot of cars that use premium out here. They don't want to run that dirty stuff through their $100,000 or more vehicles. So there's a lot of nice cars out here.
I mean, but you know what? Your governor, who's your governor? What's your governor's name?
Newsom.
Not DeSantis. No, your governor.
Newsom.
Okay. They just passed. I think California just passed something where all cars in that their emission has to be almost zero. I think by year 2035 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good idea. What you think?
This afternoon, I got on the net. I started researching the machines. There's a whole bunch of companies that make voting machines, and they go way back.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole thing about the count is that's who wins the election. Whether it's a local governor election or state representatives election, even the president. So all these elections have been run by these computer systems for like last 30 years. Diebold, Dominion, and there is no way that any of these elections have been legit. The person gets elected, who cares that he got the count? You can insert those counts any way you want. And it's like, oh my gosh, you mean we've been suckered? They say you won't get fooled again, but I think we get fooled every 4 years out here, Clifton.
I mean, we have been suckers since I've been a child, man. I mean,
But Sleepy Joe is the worst. Sleepy Joe is just the worst. You can have Bill Clinton, and you can have Barack Obama. You can even have George Bush Jr. But man, Sleepy Joe, he takes the cake.
What is Joe Biden? You know what? This is the second time. You know what? Y'all don't know. Me and him talk all the time. This is the second time that you have said that Joe Biden is sneaky. He's bad. Tell me, what are you talking about? Tell me. Give me some examples. We're not talking about We're not talking about his son or nothing like that. Tell me what are you talking about?
Well, Joe Biden's got a long history. He goes back, 30, 40 years in Congress. And as a younger man, he had brown hair and but in those days, he was talking a different talk and walking a different walk. And he just aged, like everybody, you get old.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying, what is he, you know what? But see, there are other people that feel the same way. You're saying that he's diabolical. It seems to be saying he's diabolical, he's evil, he's no good. Tell me, because you know what? Well, but there's millions of people that agree with you.
Would you think Hillary Clinton or Nancy Pelosi would be better as president?
No, I'm not asking you that. I'm saying,
how about Maxine Waters?
No, I'm not asking you that. Now you know what? What is so bad and so evil and sick and heinous about U.S. President Joe Biden? What is it?
Well, it's the decisions he's made, like not allowing the pipeline up to Canada, not taking care of the border problem with the wall or the immigration problem with the 2 million so far and 10 million expected in the next 5 years. So, that's going to be a problem that's going to overload our healthcare system and our social network of providing for these people that can't even speak English, a lot of them. So these are into our workforce, yeah, fine, but still, where, how, and it's just the statistical questions are just too much to deal with. So it's going to be a big problem. So those are all things that Joe Biden is kind of like allowing to happen and build. And then he'll just kind of say, well, thank you very much. I'm done. And we'll see you all later.
So I have a question. So you're not saying that he's an evil man, but you said it's because of indecision. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. I'm saying that there's many heads that decide, things in our military, our Congress, our Senate, and up to our president. And then there's the European, economic community over there, all those different countries that are signed into it. So there's a lot of different powers that be. China is another power.
Yeah,
Russia is another power.
But you know something? I'm not even worried about Russia. You know what? The juggernaut.
Well, Russia's got a lot of the gas.
China is the juggernaut.
Yeah, but Russia's got the gas. Russia's got the gas. All the gas. He sells Europe, China, and the United States by Russian gas.
You know what? I see what you're saying is.
If it's not Saudi gas. Saudi Arabia's got gas too, Saudi Arabia and Russia pump gas.
Seem to be saying.
Oil, excuse me. They pump oil. Excuse me.
Now, when you talk about gas, what you really saying is they should be taking more of the natural resources of gas from America and from Alaska, and not being dependent on outside oil, or getting outside oil. Is that what you're saying?
Well, what I'm saying is most of our refineries where we refine the oil that's pumped out of the ground are all on our coast. Most of them. And if we have any kind of disturbance on our coast from hurricanes, like it just hit Florida, or tectonic shifts and cause earthquakes or whatever, we might shut down these refineries, so then you have a bunch of boats with oil on them, but you don't have no gasoline yet.
Let me tell you why I disagree with you. But let me say something. There are millions of people that agree with you. Millions. Billions. But there are millions of people that agree with me. The reason that I disagree with you is because I think that Joe Biden has made the right decision by attempting to utilize more solar power. you know what, and to use more electrical cars to have more stations up, because what happens is these toxins go up into the atmosphere. And what it does is, now somebody doesn't believe in the science of this, and it causes global warming. You see what's going on in Florida right now. I mean, and then there have been things like what happened at Exxon. You remember Exxon had the big oil spill?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So these are, for me, I think those are some aspects. I feel that some ways I believe that you're right, that you know what, Joe Biden is in his indecision. But I think he made some good. I think we should go green. You don't think so, though, huh? You think we should keep on using oil, and you know what? We're already poisoned already, and it's already. I mean, like what's going on in Florida? Who knows, man? That greenhouse effect could have had something to do with it. Go ahead. I'm gonna be quiet. You know what, y'all? I'm gonna be quiet.
No. Well, that whole greenhouse effect, China, all Asia is under the smog blanket from manufacturing over there. So, like, who cares about that? I mean, if it's going to be come from China or Russia or Taiwan or wherever it comes from, it's coming. Or our own oil refineries put off enough pollution themselves. Just turn that oil into gas. We can all motor around the town, keep going in circles, you know. But I got rid of my car about 5 years ago, and I take a bus now. I take a bus, yeah. 35 cents to work and back. So, but Clifton, how about this? I've been hearing on the news most recently. There's been a lot of, bad behavior. Can we call it criminal behavior? People murdering people as soon as they get out of jail and they get thrown back in. They get them out of jail again. They do the same thing again and again. It's just repeat offenders. And
rape. Yes.
The news keeps repeating a scene from a victim getting beat up by a big guy. Just repeat this all for the last hour. I've been seeing it maybe 10 times, 30 seconds, and it's like, why are they doing this? And they're doing it for a reason, and it's to upset people and to get them all riled up. Get the peaceful ones riled up and get the the rowdy ones to follow suit. Go out and do it themselves. But this is getting closer to the election. 2024 is going to be it. It's going to be it. You don't really think a Democrat's going to get elected, do you?
You know what? Y'all know what?
I'm asking for your opinion.
You know what? It just put me on the spot. You know something? I believe that Joe Biden. This is, first of all, this is just my opinion. I believe that Joe Biden, I think that he's going to be president, because I think that there are an awful lot of people. There are people that love Donald Trump. They love him. But I think that there are more people that dislike Donald Trump than love him. Like I say, there's somebody out there that loves him, there's somebody out there that hates him. That's your right to like who you want to like and hate. We just talking about the people.
Well, I'm just wondering, because I can see Joe Biden just keeling over any day now. Like have a heart attack and not be able to come back, not make it back, out of bed.
You know what?
You know who the candidates could be for the Democratic Party for president. Kamala Harris, or Hillary Clinton, or any of these females that have got something to say, and plenty of them do have something to say nowadays, young ones and old ones. And then on the Republican side, Governor DeSantis is looking strong as a candidate for president for the Republican Party. If they try to side Trump and put him on the bench, so to speak.
You know why I disagree with you? I disagree with you because you know what? Now he's older than me. Okay, even though I got all this strength. There has never been an individual that was the president of the United States and they decided to run. And they said they decided to run again. And they said, you know what? We're going to have a primary to find another Democrat of a sitting president. That's never been done in history. Now, if I'm wrong, correct me. That's never been done in history. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't know. I don't know if that's ever been done or not.
No, it's never been. That is never ever been done. I'm talking about when there was a sitting president, and he made the decision that you know what, I am going to run for president again. And the Democratic and Republican Party say, you know what, we're going to still do a primary. And then somebody out there may know that. I've never known that happen since I've been living. The sitting president usually once they make a decision that they're going to run for president, the Democratic Party gets behind. Would you say an exception to the rule is going to happen this time?
Oh, I'm not saying. I'm just saying nowadays, at the moment, we got Greenpeace, we got all kinds of different parties, independent parties. They represent different ideologies, so to speak, and they have their own candidates picked out in every election. But the only problem is we have a candidate that's going to win. It's either going to be Democratic or Republican, and he's going to be selected, or she'll be selected before the voters even enter the voting booths. Because we have these machines which feed in the results, and they're not legitimate results. They're purposefully given to elect different people, and then they do the bidding for the elite, the big money people, the owners of our industries and whatnot. So that's how our elections have been going for 30, 40 years, and nobody even knows it. Nobody even knows it. People have come and gone in the age bracket of 30 years, 40 years, and they never knew it. We're the old guys now, Clifton.
Yeah, I know.
We're blowing the whistle. We're blowing the whistle, so to speak. Our FBI is so corrupt with our Department of Justice. 20 whistleblowers have come out of the FBI, have gone to the newspapers, gone to the reporters, tell them what's really going on there, and they've been fixing the books for a long time at the FBI and the CIA as well. But it's just this day and age we're finally hearing about it. So with something to back it all up.
I totally agree. But you know what, man? In the CIA or some government agency is down in a hole. They're watching this or recording this. They really are. But you know what? They have the NSA. Eric Snowden? Man, he really told it. But they're watching. You know what? They watch all broadcasts. All. So we're being watched. Hi, y'all.
We're watching you too.
Oh, yeah. You say Big Brother's watching us. Well, we're watching you today. Woo!
Well, you might wonder how they get away with all this stuff. What they've been getting away with, and all these crooks, all these politicians, elected officials that weren't elected, they're appointed. They're going to get what's known as bad karmic returns, and there's nothing you can do about that for them. But it's what you get for your own actions. That's why we both try to be kind, loving, considerate husbands, fathers, and whatever we may be. in our lifetimes, and so we're going to get good karmic returns, Clifton, and
Yes,
good
yes.
things are going to come to us. But you can get bad too, and there's plenty of people that are doing the wrong thing, burning down buildings, shooting each other, stealing from each other. Besides, murder and rape and everything else. So those are all things that get you bad karma.
You said you wanted to say something about Florida and the flooding. What's going on in Florida and all these tornadoes? Do you think that it is natural, or do you think that it is just Mother Nature, or do you think it's a possibility that it's H.A.A.R.P? There's a program called H.A.A.R.P where they can manipulate the weather patterns. Or do you think it's the carbon dioxide that is going in our ionosphere? What do you think it is, Brother Dave?
I don't know. I know that Cuba gets those storms coming through there regularly, and this one just turned and came north and hit Florida, and then went up to South Carolina here, and it's still going strong. But I don't know whether H.A.A.R.P did this or not. Everybody thought H.A.A.R.P did the hurricane down in New Orleans.
Can you tell people what H.A.A.R.P is?
That government program started up in Alaska, but I guess it's spread around the world now. They got different.
I hear some sound in the background. Sound like I hear our broadcast.
Hang on.
Go ahead.
Hang on.
And you're looking at the Underground Railroad television show, and I'm with David Kaas from out of California. And we talk about the news. We talk about the news you can use. We're not like Fox Television or CNN or MSNBC. We have commercials that are controlling us. You get to finally hear what's going on in the United States.
Wow,
that are not influenced by big sponsors. Go ahead, brother.
How about I was going to want to get back to that just for a minute about the penalty phase of our judicial system. The judges are somewhat rendered useless in punishing the guilty for crimes committed. I'm talking about rape and incest, but murder and terrible results of criminals. They're getting out of prison now earlier and earlier. And I don't know why anybody would let a murderer out of prison for any reason under the sun. I actually feel that if you murdered somebody and you didn't know them or whatever, and it's a crime, you should be punished for it, and that would mean death. Whoever would do these crimes, but our whole system has gotten just clogged up with people and clogged up with lawyers and attorneys and all the people in line to get a handout every month, and it's like it's made our system
And you know what, David? You know what I want to ask?
Ineffective.
I want to ask you about the Ukraine war, man, that's going on. That Russia called 300,000 extra troops, people that were in the reserves in Russia. And there are Russians that are fleeing the country because they do not want to fight that war. What do you think about that? And what do you think about the Russian war with Ukraine and NATO?
I kind of compare it to the Vietnam War over here. We had protesters like Muhammad Ali that went against the war and Vietnam enlistment and whatnot. And so, but then we also had like Elvis Presley, who joined the military and did a little roundabout with his guitar and whatnot, and kind of promoted the military. So I think it just depends on the individual, how you feel about what's really going on. My dad came home from the Korean War, and he got 2 Purple Hearts for carrying people out of battle. Got shot once, and got a grenade went off on him once. But he wanted all 4 of us boys to enlist in whatever branch we wanted if the country was at war.
Mm-hmm.
That's what his dream was.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the Vietnam War was a little bit different, and it ended in a stalemate too. So,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not into war, Clifton. I'm into peace for 1,000 years, and joy and happiness and sharing and caring. That's
Mm-hmm.
what my whole campaign is about.
You know what? As we look at the years coming ahead, your show said years ago that there would be food shortages. You said that there would be a monetary problem with the interest rate. Do you see the global economy getting better or worse for people that will be looking at this in cyberspace in the future? Can you tell them where we are right now and what you think it'll be way in the future? Because once it's in cyberspace, it's forever.
Well, we owe $30 trillion to the IMF Rothschild banking system.
Oh.
They print us money and we use it, and this is what we owe them. Now, that bill takes over everything, precedence over any smaller bills that we owe people for whatever. So we owe $30 trillion. Now, we can never repay this amount of money.
Yeah.
They've always got us over the barrel.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you handle that? Do you know how you handle that?
No.
You got to declare what used to be known as a Jubilee year, where all this debt is gone.
Mm-hmm.
It's called a Jubilee year, and it was only used to correct the economy in the old days because the bankers would get all the money and they get everybody in debt to the bank. So you have to do something, and that's what they did. They declare a Jubilee year, and that's what needs to be done with the IMF banking system. But none of our presidents, not Democratic or Republican or any other independents that I've heard, have even thought of this idea or regarded as a viable solution to our financial problem. It's the only way it's going to work. So that's what my feelings are about the money problem.
I mean, it's what did it say, man? It's hyperinflation. What's the term they use? Inflation and hyperinflation. I'm going to look up hyperinflation.
Well, you know those apples that came from my front yard that you might be eating in your grocery store. They come from the same trees today as they did 40 years ago. The gasoline costs a little bit more to ship them by truck. You can do it by rail, still pretty cheap. And it's like all the food could still be available here, but it's the prices in the grocery store. You know, the owners of the industries that are in between the farmer and your mouth when you eat it, all those people all get a little piece of the money, and that's what prices are all going up.
Hey man, I mean, they're like, you know what, David, there are a lot of people that are hurting economically. They're hurting, and you ever notice, David, and to the listening audience out there, people used to go visit people a whole lot. Most people that I hear, when they get off work, they usually go home. Most people. We was talking about this at McDonald's. I'm in the top 10 club. It's old men that drink coffee in the morning. And I asked, how many of y'all get visits besides the family? And you know what? Everybody said, no. You know what? Priorities have changed.
Well, to some degree, but the age is what really takes its toll and changes you and the subject you're going to be talking about. And that's basically every 10 years, they say, when you're in your 20s to 30s, you're with a certain group of people. And when you're in your 30s to 40s, you're with another group of people. And when you get to be 50 to 60, I'm 66 this year. I'm almost in the 70 group now. So it's like we just talk about different things. We have different interests. We have different, concerns.
hmm I guess you're right, because you know what? I didn't examine it from that standpoint. I'm hanging out, drinking coffee with a different set of people in a different age bracket. So, yeah, that makes sense what you said.
Well, I notice that myself. I go to work and I'm standing around with a different age group of people, and then I come home and I'm with another age group of people, and if I go for a walk on the beach, I'm out there with the youngest group of people. They're all jogging and surfing and whatnot, and so it's like all these different people. I just take it all in, and I recognize where I'm standing at. I'm an old man now.
What's funny, man? You know what? I remember when I was younger getting in my car and just joyriding. And you know what? I can't afford it. You know what? I guess is what you're saying is true. Once you get older, your priorities change.
Yeah.
And I guess that's why we're able to say that, because we're in our 60s and 70 years old, sitting at McDonald's. Lord knows, McDonald's is not paying us anything. But you know what? But I love going to McDonald's in the morning.
Oh, it's a great place to meet, though. Sit around, have
we're just
coffee.
talking. You know what? We can't solve any of the world's problems. All we doing is talking.
Well, if it was 100 years ago, you guys would all be sitting around, a coffee pot outside, chopping wood, for the day. But you still be, talk about what's really going on.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing nowadays. We got the availability of these computers right in our homes, and we can hook up and talk about what's really going on, and let the populace know that there are some considerations. Things could get better. Things could improve. We could make a change if we all get together. And that's what it's going to take, is coming together.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. But I'm not going to even say what I think on that. But what you're saying, hypothetically, if we could all come together, that would change the dynamics and of what is going on right now. What you're saying is true. That could happen. Well, David, if you got any finishing words? I want to give a little plug for myself. Watch the Underground Railroad. Me and David come on in Chicago every Saturday night at 10:30 p.m. Central Time. You probably say, "What good does it do you? You live in California."
Well,
can I ask you a question? Do you ever say that to yourself? What good does it do for me to come on television in Chicago?
I never said that once. Not once. I figure if this place falls off into the ocean, we'll still have Chicago.
Yeah, I'm just saying is, you never say that. What good is it doing for me to come on to Chicago?
Oh, I'm an Iowa boy. I'm from the Midwest.
Okay. But you know what? You can catch me and David and Dr. Lee on Comcast television, but you can see us on the YouTube page. Okay. But David has his own YouTube page where he has millions. I mean millions.
You're far too nice. You're too nice.
And he has millions that goes to his Facebook account saying, "Can I interview you? Can I interview you? Can I do an article about you?" See, you got to have David on your show. You got to, because this guy, he has something to say.
I'm made it to the Underground Railroad. I don't need nobody else. I'm riding for free.
So, you know what? So you're looking at the Underground Railroad, and you know what? We do video production in Chicago, and you know what? Help support us with donations, but it's a sponsor link there for vidIQ. You might wonder, how did I get 1,000 followers? I went to vidIQ. And what happened is they helped me pick out keywords and structure things, right? But you know what? Go to that and vidIQ, they will help you to get maybe 1 million subscribers. Okay, so I'm going to end this. And David again is in California, brother. Is there any? Perhaps there's something that you wanted to say that I didn't give you the opportunity to say. Your closing
Nothing at all, Clifton.
You got a closing statement. I know you got a closing statement. Come on.
Nothing at all. I'm having a great night, and you guys have a wonderful Saturday morning.
You don't have no closing statement? All right. So so brother, take care. And you know what? I'm going to sign off because you know what? Hey, man, and I want to say thank you to all my professors at Kennedy King College. As I majored in media productions. It's a lot of homework, but I am learning something. But it's a lot of homework. I want to say thank you to all my professors. I want to say thank you to all the people on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter that subscribe to my YouTube website, to my Twitter website, and show y'all this t-shirt. You know what? Stand up. This is H.A.A.R.P Media Productions. We do media productions in Chicago, in the United States of America. And what you was doing is you was getting a perspective of the news from somebody from the United States of America in Chicago, Illinois. Not Fox Television, not CNN, not WGN or CBS, because often these people that are reading the news, they can't really say what they really, really want to say, because I guess it's natural. They have sponsors. And you don't want to disturb it. If you be making millions of dollars, it seems as though few sponsors, but not on that level. So you're watching the Underground Railroad television show and podcast. And I want to thank all of the people, because I see there are people that are looking on YouTube and other websites that just chose not to engage. But I always say, if there's one person listening, all praises to God. Because you know what? Whatever Allah wants you to get, you get. And whatever Allah doesn't want you to have, you can give it to me on a gold platter. It won't succeed anyway. And looking forward to my mother's birthday party coming up. I'm not even gonna say her name. I don't even think she wants to. But I'm looking forward to it. But so I want to say goodbye to all the people in the United States, in Canada, Mexico, Central America, Brazil, Asia, Africa, the UK, Europe, Asia, Australia, and Alaska. I don't know if that's the North Pole or the South Pole. I hear very few people say anything about Alaska. I wonder if somebody's looking at me in Alaska. But you know what? It's okay. And if there's one person looking at me, thank you. Thank you. May Allah bless you. May Allah bless you. And I'm going to leave you in the words of Assalamu alaikum. Rahmatullahi barakatuh. And anything that I said that was wrong came from myself. Anything that I said that was good, it came from Allah. So take care. And I think we're going to do a broadcast Saturday. But I'm not even going to give the date, because by the time you look at it, it might be another thing. We're going to do another broadcast tomorrow at 3 o'clock, but post it. And so if you like this, I'm not even going to say share it. If you want to, because you know what, if you want to share it, share it. If you want to like it, like it. If you don't want to like it. I did just to disseminate information. That's what I did. So I get the proportion of whatever Allah wants me to have. So take care. H.A.A.R.P Media Productions. This is our telephone number, 773-416-7555. And the link at the bottom is for VidIQ. It's an affiliate link. All proceeds that I get from you joining VidIQ will be used towards the production of my show and any donation that I get. Well, assalamu alaikum. But if you can't give me that, give me a proud.